Hello, my name is Jake. I'm with Westland Ford out in Utah. I've had a lot of customers asking me questions about the Mustang, particularly the GTs, these 2018, the new facelifted model. So I'm hoping that I can make a relatively short video here to cover a couple of those questions a little bit better than I could answer over the phone or over an email. I'm sure I know a little bit about Mustangs. I own one myself, a 2012. But I am sure I'm leaving out plenty of information. I might have incorrect information. If there's anything that you notice that I missed or have wrong, feel free to leave a comment below, and we can definitely edit the video and go over any questions you might have from there. So with that being said, these are the 2018, and actually I've got a 19 mixed in here as well, Mustang. Alright, I'm going to get interrupted a couple times during the video, so I apologize if it seems choppy or I have to stop and help out other salesmen, but bear with me. So to start out with the 18s and 19s, I've actually got one 19 here, this black one right here. We'll go over the motor first, the transmission options, because those are shared amongst the lineup, from base all the way up to the loaded premium, the Performance Pack Gen 2. They all make 460 horsepower, which is awesome. Big improvement over last year's 435, I believe. And it makes, so it's 460 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque. How did Ford get a little bit more power out of it? They switched over to a dual injection system, so now we've got direct and port injection. That just means, for those of you that aren't familiar with those terms, that it's getting the proper amount of fuel at all times. It's not wasting as much fuel, so you're good to go there. So this is the Coyote motor. Ford's been running this since 2003 in the Mustang. This is actually the Generation 3 motor. Very incredible engine. People are doing great things with them as far as throwing power adders at them. There's guys that are making 900 to 1,000 horsepower on these things. They are very impressive for what Ford's been able to do to them. So we'll go over everything else from here. You have the option of the transmission. You can do the 6-speed MT82 transmission or the 10R80. That 6-speed transmission does have a reputation for not being the greatest one in the world. You can have mixed opinions on it. Personally, I've had to rebuild mine twice, but I race my car and make a lot more power than that thing's built for. There's plenty of guys that have gone 100,000 miles on it, railing on that transmission, no problem. Some don't make it as far, unfortunately, so it all depends kind of on luck of the draw and how you drive it. What's new to the transmission this year, I don't know all the specs on the internals. I know that they did make some tweaks, some better, some slightly for the worse, but so far it seems to be a little bit better transmission. And they changed it from a single disc clutch to a dual disc clutch. And as far as I know, the rest of that transmission is the same. Gear ratios are the same. Now the big one, the 10R80, we jumped from a 6-speed automatic to a 10-speed automatic. This transmission is making some noise. It's putting down some impressive numbers. If you do any YouTube reviews on it, you'll see that they had very popular transmission, very impressive things coming out of it. For those of you that are wondering if that 10-speed is going to be a problem, it's not. As far as reaching for a gear, it never does. When you're driving it, it's just always right there on that next gear. You don't really have to worry about not being in the correct gear anymore. It downshifts instantly. It's not like it has to cycle through 1 to 10 gears when you downshift, or 10 to 1, I should say. When you get on it, it knows to jump gears. I would strongly suggest driving one before you become one of the naysayers that, the 6-speed's better because it's not going to brake as easy. 10-speed's awesome. I would strongly suggest taking one out for a drive before you write it off. Much better transmission, in my opinion, than that 6R80, putting down much better times. So, with that out of the way, the powertrain mostly out of the way, we'll get into the trims of the cars. So this right here is a base. This is a bare bones, no option GT. Take a look at the window sticker for you. See, there is no option on that. Completely bare bone. Starting MSRP, $36,090. So this is your bare bone Mustang. One thing I do want to point out is that even with it being a base car, you've still got a backup camera, you've still got reverse sensors, you've still got the awesome quad tip exhaust that Ford added with these 18s. And the biggest thing is, we'll jump inside, This is a 6-speed car. The biggest one that I'm commonly asked, or that's confused I should say, is that you have to get a performance package or a premium to get the track applications. That is completely false. Bare bones GT, you're still going to have your lap timer, your line lock. What that's used for is to lock up your front and brake so you can do a burnout. Launch control, all of that is included in a bare bones Mustang GT. Bluetooth, cruise control, of course, power windows, power locks, don't have to worry about any of that. You do have, you'll notice these change the switches in upper trims. But you look, as we press that button, you can adjust your power steering because that is an electronic system. Your traction control, of course. Yeah, this is your base Mustang. So let's jump into one step up. Here she is, one level up. This is kind of confusing because Ford kind of threw a kink at us. As far as last year's model, if you wanted the 8-inch touchscreen, you had to get a premium. Premiums came with leather, heated and cooled seats. Some customers didn't necessarily want the leather to get the screen. They preferred cloth. Take a look at this window sticker here. See, it's a 301A, $2,000 ad there. The rest of the car is, I mean, obviously it's a different color, but it's the same as that gray base that we're just looking at over there. Same wheels, tires, it's a base model. So we'll jump into it. And your difference is purely that center. We now have Sync 3. So you can get an 8-inch touchscreen with Sync 3 inside of a base class Mustang now, which is very cool. Like I said, new to this year, we weren't able to do that before. Should please a couple people that were in here asking about getting that touchscreen on a base model. Another cool added side note to that, the guys that are racing these, they want weight reduction. The powered seats, the heated and the cooled seats, those add weight. And you can get your cloth seats, and you don't have to miss out on the cool Sync 3 touchscreen and everything here. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all that stuff's built into here. You'll notice that we do have one extra button down here too, your modes. Sport mode, track mode, drag strip mode. All that is affecting your traction control, your advanced track, and how the engine responds. If you're in snow mode, obviously when you floor it, it's not going to give you all of the power at once, compared to if you put it in drag strip mode, it's going to turn off traction control and let it get it. So we'll move on now. So this is going to be your next step up. It's a 400A Premium. Now this one does have a black package on it as well, the black accent package. We'll show you what that is. So if we look at the front of the car, you notice you've got the blacked out pony compared to the silver pony. You have nice black wheels. If you look at the roof, I know it's hard to tell with this color, but that is a black painted roof. Black spoiler, and the black GT logo is painted as well. So that's what that black accent package adds. It's not specific to this color or anything. You can add it to whatever one you want. I just wanted to go over what that package was so you aren't going to get confused with the premium. We look at the inside, premium, leather. That's a dead giveaway. Every premium is going to have leather. Jump on inside. And whoa, we've got the 10-speed. So this one's got that cool 10-speed transmission in it. With that, you've got these cool paddle shifters up here. Downshift and upshift. It's pretty cool. It's freaking out because the door is open. It'll only let me put in second gear as we sit, but yep, that is the 10-speed automatic. Premium, you're going to have the heated and cooled seats. Wicked cool, pull up to the drag strip and have your cooled seats on, driving around town, gets rid of that butt sweat. It's awesome. I love cooled seats. They're a little bit heavier, but in my opinion, well worth it. You'll notice that the dash up here is sleek, apart from the base. Steering wheel is covered. The screen up here, though, you'll note is the exact same. There's nothing different here. You've still got the same gauge mode, same track applications. All the fun bells and whistles are still here in the car. This one is a, so to speak, base premium. It does have the base shaker stereo. You can get the upgraded one in an upper trim. Actually, I'm mistaken. This one does not have a shaker system. You can get the shaker system in an upgraded trim, and we'll show you that in just a minute here. So you'll see we got leather in the back, of course, as well. let's go look at the next level up. All right, here it is, the next level in the Mustang lineup. Let's go take a look at the window sticker and show you what it looks like. So you got a 401A up there. It's got nav. You'll notice when we go inside, I'll point out the seat stitching's a little different, and the floor mats are the only big differences. But this car has a very cool, let's see if I can get my face out of the way, package here. And it actually looks like I am mistaken. So that, the instrument cluster, which is very cool, I'm just reading the window sticker real quick. It's got the 12-inch screen that we'll show you in a minute. Wicked cool. Comes with that 401A. It's just a little confusing how they have it phrased here on the window sticker because it doesn't say that down here. It's just up here. But the 401A also has the wicked cool, the center console. I'll show you that. It's very cool technology. This one also has, I mentioned that 12-speaker audio system, the shaker, which has a subwoofer in the trunk. And this is a 10-speed automatic as well. So yeah, let's take a look at this. You can see it's got the nice wheels on it as well. Let's go jump in this one. I'll show you. Trunk-wise, you do have that subwoofer. Again, that's with the Shaker Pro audio system. You can either check the trunk to see if it has it, or it says it right there. All right, so let's fire this one up. And look at that center console. How cool is that? And honestly, the colors that you're seeing up on the dash are not the factory colors. I'm not entirely sure how somebody changed those, but you can change those colors apparently. You look over here, we've got essentially the same buttons as what we're looking at in the other car, actually the exact same. However, when you flip that mode button, it'll actually adjust what we're looking at up here. So you can see it's telling us the modes in the left corner. So you can see the modes are right there, which is wicked cool. The other button that you're going to notice is a little different. Right here we've got some extra settings. We've got a Mustang button, which we didn't have before. So we press that one. So it's going to take you into, oh, there's your color settings right there. It's going to take you into the screen. And this is, you saw before it was like a little 3-inch screen. Now you're looking at a much bigger screen, so just to give you an idea. And of course you can adjust this to be a, well, so if we go over here and we do an acceleration timer, you can set this up to be a drag strip or like a road course timer. So that's okay there. Actually, I apologize, I'm actually in the wrong setting. Give me just a second here, I'm gonna reset the screen. All right, bear with me here. Somebody went through and played with the settings on this car already. So what we were looking at before, what I was trying to show you was the track apps start. And you actually have to go through here and change it to what you're looking at. We're looking at the drag race or a race track. You can adjust how you start. You go over to track apps. And as soon as we click start, click OK, just like at a drag strip. Counts down, you go, you take off, you run your quarter mile. It records everything just like you would get at a slip at a track. I'm not going to do that because it's a brand new car, but that's how that works. You can look up videos of people using that system. Very cool, this setup though. Your brake performance, it's the exact same information as you were getting in that in any of those other Mustangs. It's just much bigger. Another cool thing is you can actually adjust the entire screen layout. And go through and adjust every setting on here. So somebody hard set it to that one. So this is how it's supposed to come from the factory. When we flip these modes down here, there's your standard cluster. sport mode cluster. Sport Plus, and your track's the one that we were looking at before. So you can adjust this screen, wicked cool. That's a 12-inch digital display. Probably my favorite thing about these 18 Mustangs, to be honest with you. That might be a little ricey sounding to me because they did improve the powertrain so much, adding that more power to it, and that 10-speed transmission, or this 10-speed transmission I should say, is so amazing performance-wise. But that screen up there is so cool in my opinion. So yeah, that's the loaded premium. It noted on the window sticker the seat stitching and accents. If you look at the seat, it's a little bit different than that premium that we're looking at before. Just got the cool accent marks to it. Yeah, a very cool car. Let's jump out, and you'll notice that we missed one Mustang. So let's go talk about that one and why we went over it. So this is the one that we skipped. The reason that I skipped it is because it's kind of hard to explain as far as trims go, because it's a or option. You can get, this has the performance package. This is a base Mustang other than the performance package, a base GT, excuse me, Mustang other than the performance package. So if we look at the interior of it, see it is very basic. You've got the cloth. It looks exactly like that gray Mustang, screen-wise. Same options up on that screen. Your differences are you've got a brushed look to the display, and you have an oil pressure gauge and a vacuum gauge. That's going to be the same gauges are going to get thrown in every single Mustang if you throw a performance package on it. So let's go over the differences. The first and most obvious is going to be the wheels. Got those nice black wheels. I'd like to point out that from 17 we had the P0 tires, I believe is what they were. I had a lot of complaints on those. These are the Michelin Pilot Sports. Fantastic tires, big upgrade. I'm stoked that before customers were actually swapping out tires to something like this as soon as they bought a performance pack. Now you're coming with a nice tire. Nice Brembos on them. Bigger brakes, that's going to stop you much quicker. So those are the brakes on a performance pack. That's a GT. So you got much bigger rotor and calipers. It's actually a 6-piston caliper. Next difference, well, actually I should say the only difference as far as under the hood goes, this is still making 460 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque, but now you have a K-brace up top, which is this bar right here, compared to a regular one does not. It's just to stiffen up the front end. This also has an upgraded radiator to keep it cool, upgraded front springs on as well to handle a little bit better. They did some tuning in the traction control options. As far as what is wicked cool is this is the first year that you can actually get a, well, first year as of recently that you can get a performance pack Mustang in an automatic, which is wicked cool. If I were to redo it all over and start over on my build, I would definitely start out with one of these automatics, just because these automatics are much more durable and they're quicker in basically every setting, despite what you'll read or what your buddy tells you. The automatic is wicked cool in these. You'll note that you've got a 275 on the back and a 255 on the front. You've got a rear end ratio of 373s in your manual transmission and 355s on the automatic. You've got a nice, good-looking wing on it, too. Last year, in the 17s, the 16s, and the 15s, the performance pack actually deleted the wing, which I did not like, personally, so I'm very stoked we got a wing back on the car. That is awesome. And another real cool thing, and unfortunately I don't have one to show you here. I wish I did. I have had them, but they've just sold wicked quick. We have Ford offers a performance pack level 2. So this is the first level. The level 2 has magnetic suspension standard. Now you can get magnetic suspension in any other GT. You can put it in that red car if you wanted to, if you ordered it that way. It doesn't need to be a performance pack. But the level 2 comes standard with that magnetic suspension like the Shelby GT350 does. The other thing it has, I wish I had a picture to show you. It has the Michelin, I believe it's called the Pilot Super Sport Cup 2s, I believe is the name of the tire. That is an incredible tire. It actually looks like a racing slick. It basically is a street legal racing slick. Very impressive. It's actually on a 305 all the way around. Apologize about that, had somebody paging me. So it's got those 305 tires all the way around. So that's a 255 up front, 275 on the back. To give you an idea, it's got tires wider than that on all four corners. Very impressive. Actually the same tires and same width of tires as what are on the Shelby GT350R. So that's a wicked cool package to get into Shelby-like performance. I mean, you still don't have the cool motor. You've got a Coyote. The Shelby has the Voodoo, the 5.2 flat plane crank that revs out to the moon and back. But wicked cool car, that Performance Pack Level 2. I wish I had one to show you here. But that is new to 2018 as well. Very cool optioned out car. Well, that is my my brief. Well, it was supposed to be short, ended up being a 20-minute video on the 18 Mustangs. Of course, there is a lot of information that I didn't touch, a lot of technicalities that I didn't get into. I just tried to kind of touch a lot of the questions that I'm getting here, regularly asked. I tried to touch all of those to hopefully help out. To go over everything again, the exhaust, they've all got those cool quad tip exhaust. They've all got backup cameras. They've all got backup sensors. They all have line lock. They all have your timers, your track timers. They've all got the same engine with the same performance, no matter if you're looking at a performance pack or a normal one. They've all got the same engine, transmission options. They're all going to make that 460 horse, 420 foot-pounds of torque. They've all got Bluetooth cruise control, no matter what you're looking at. But yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, feel free to comment or message the page directly. Either me or somebody else will be able to, if we don't know them, we'll be able to find out the answer for you. And if there's anything that I've said that's off, it definitely has happened before, feel free to let me know and we'll make a revision. Thanks for listening. If there's anything else we can answer, let us know. Thank you and have a great day.